Hello there guys, welcome back to Younes Talks Football, welcome back to a brand new video. I hope all of you are doing well today as we have arrived, ladies and gentlemen, at the most anticipated match preview. Oh boy, I've been looking kind of forward to this, but also dreading it. I'm not going to lie. Since the international break began, I've been looking at this fixture and going, this is make or break. This is make or break. And this is why there's so much significance on this preview and on this fixture, and why I chose this game to bring the watch-alongs back as well. So, before we get cracking, I want to make sure to let you guys know that to be here tomorrow for the watch along, make sure you're subscribed, make sure you got the bell on, so then when I do go live, you'll be notified and you'll be able to jump right over and join the conversation. Hit the socials, they are on screen for you right now as well, much appreciated. But this watch along back is going to be mega. And it could be mega for all the right reasons, it could be mega for all the wrong reasons. Now, I've got a very good track record with watch-alongs and Chelsea success. Which is why, look, we saw what happened last season. I wasn't streaming. I'm back on the streams. I'm hoping that's going to be the good luck charm. If we get a result against Arsenal, you best believe it is. So this is why now, with the games that Chelsea have played prior to the international break, beating Brighton the way that we did, knocked them out the Carabao Cup, playing against Fulham, dispatching of them very nicely, playing against Burnley, dispatching of them very nicely. All of a sudden, we have to ask the question, are Chelsea starting to click? Now, it seems like rival clubs, rival fans, other people from other teams are looking at Chelsea and they've come to the conclusion that yes, we are starting to click. We have turned a corner. We as Chelsea fans know it's not as easy said. It's not as easy to say that than it is done. It's easier said than done. We're looking at this situation, knowing that it could turn just like that. Just like that. It could turn and we could end up back into the trenches. But if we get a result tomorrow, you best believe we have escaped the trenches. We are out and we are ready to conquer again. And we are ready to come all guns blazing. And we're not in the mud any longer. This is why this game has so much significance on it. And it means a lot. So, I'm excited, but I'm a bit nervous. And I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. This is the thing. I have no idea what Chelsea are going to show up. And it's not even a case of just Chelsea showing up. It's a case of Arsenal showing up too. Because we have to analyse this, I think, in a different way than we used to back before. At least prior to last season. Prior to last season, we'd look at Arsenal and go, oh yeah, Arsenal coming to the bridge. We should have a good chance. Yeah, we should have a good chance. It's Arsenal. Now we're looking at them going, it's Arsenal. You know, like it's not as straightforward as it once was. It really isn't. They are at a level where they find themselves competing at the top. They are finding themselves competing against teams like Man City. They find themselves beating Manchester City prior to the international break. They find themselves joint top of the table with Tottenham. It feels weird to even say that. But both North London clubs tied up there on 20 points and the same goal difference as well. So you could say Arsenal top of the table. We are 9 points behind. And again, to add added context to this game and how much it actually means, Arsenal are at the top and they're doing what they're doing. Fantastic and congratulations. They deserve it. But for Chelsea, we've managed to pick up some points prior to the international break. We still find ourselves 10th in the Premier League table, but we are 9 points behind top. We can't bottle tomorrow. We can't. Because if we do, that gap becomes 12. And then at that point, the supercomputer that I was speaking about earlier on becomes correct. Predicting Chelsea to finish 10th, yeah, at that point we might. You know, so it's a very important game. On top of that, it's not just one game. We ain't playing Luton next week. We're not playing Sheffield United next week. Nah. The run-up of games that we've got after this one, this is just the first of 7. And you know what? I need to remind myself what we've actually got coming up. I mean, thankfully in the midst of it, we've actually got to play Blackburn now, but that's just an added fixture. We've got Arsenal, and then it's Brentford, and then it's Blackburn, all right? But that's going to be an added fixture. Tottenham, Man City, Newcastle, Brighton, Manchester United. We can't slip games. We can't. We've put ourselves in a situation. So this is why tomorrow is going to set the tone. Up until the next international break, this is going to set the tone. We have to get points. Even if it's Arsenal, there's the pressure on us. We can't lose. We can't. A draw, I'll take. I'll accept. I don't want to accept a draw. I want to win. But take in context and where we are right now and where Arsenal are. If it were to finish a draw, fair enough. We'll take a point and we'll keep it moving. But we have to win. And it's not easy because it's Arsenal. So you understand how much this game actually means and how much value there is on this fixture. But am I confident that Chelsea can get a result? Now, when you look at team news and you look at the way that both teams are coming into this, it does seem like Chelsea do have players coming back, thank goodness. We do have Gusto, who is now available. We do have Badiashile, who's ready, who's fit. I didn't expect that one, but he's ready. Reece James was in full training. So he'll be facing an assessment. We don't quite know whether he's ready to start or not, but he is going to be available in some sort of a capacity. Who knows? Maybe he is ready to start. Maybe he's not. We don't know. We'll only find out tomorrow once the lineup comes out. So there's that. When you're looking at the other players that we already know are out, they're the same suspects. There is some late assessments for Disasi, it seems. As well as, I know Enzo and Caicedo are facing possible assessments, but on top of that, even Nicholas Jackson is facing an assessment because he withdrew from international duty in order to get his hand fixed. But because it's his hand, I expect him to start. I expect him to be fit. So, taking that into consideration, we got to look at Arsenal. What about Arsenal? It seems like Saka, Trossard are not doubts, but they're being monitored because they have hamstring issues. And the same goes for Saliba, who apparently has a toe problem. So there's that. But I do expect those three players to be available, I'll be honest. Especially Saka, I think he'll play. Now, can his hamstring deal with the load? We'll see. Is it going to be one of those games where after 5 minutes maybe he pulls it? Who knows? Maybe he goes all 90 and he's absolutely fine. Who knows? We don't know. So let's wait and see. The ones that are absolutely ruled out for Chelsea, we know Broja, Chalobah, Broja because of the injury that he's picked up. Chukwuemeka got a setback. Chilwell, Nkunku, Fofana, Lavia, we already know. For Arsenal, it seems like it's only Timber who's the actual player that is definitely out. The rest are all ready to go. So this is not going to be easy. So bearing that in mind, what should the starting 11 be? Now, I've come to a consensus. I'm about to share it with you, but I've also got alternatives lined up. And I'll explain as I go along. But without further ado, let's get into the starting 11. Now, I got the screen. If you can't see this, you're going to need Specsavers, Boots opticians, bring them all. Have you got any opticians in your country that I don't know? Well, bring them into the mix, add them on and get yourself a pair of, I don't know, not even glasses, binoculars, get them. Let's get cracking. With the screen, starting off in goal, it's got to be, of course, Sanchez. Sanchez in goal because there's no one else. We move. It seems like Thiago Silva, in the news that's come out this evening, is actually being touted to be leaving Chelsea at the end of the season. And Chelsea won't stand in his way. And look, I said this. I wouldn't be surprised if he left at the end of the season. Come on. He's 39. Like, we're not going to keep him to the point where he becomes an OAP and he's still somehow getting into Chelsea's 11. It's just not going to happen. He's gone beyond what many expected. So if he's got one more year left in the tank, I think he's going to play that back at home. I think he'll probably go off to Fluminense or, definitely back to Brazil and round it all off back at home. So, yeah, is Silva going to be a regular feature this season? I think he will be, but we might see him saying goodbye at the end of the season. So let's see what's going to happen. But for this fixture, I'm going to be completely honest. Gusto and Reece James might be available, but I'm just going to put the back four on screen for you right now. You're looking at me like I'm crazy. I know, but let me explain. This back four, right, these guys, for the last games prior to the international break, all done a great job. Why change a winning team? Simple. Now, the one thing that many people are going to debate is the right back. And yeah, Cucurella has been playing well in that position. But are we really going to do that against Arsenal? He's playing well. Do we change it? Do we change it to put it into context? Do we change it for Malo Gusto, who's not played in 3 games? Do we change him for Reece James, who's not been fit for more than 5 minutes? It's just, do we? Gusto probably has the best chance of starting, but this is where I'm going to add a little caveat. Why? Because Disasi is a doubt, and Disasi is going to be assessed. So if Disasi is going to be unable to play, then what I would do is Levi Colwill, right? I'm going to try and maneuver myself, right? Levi Colwill. Bring him into Disasi's position. Disasi's not in the team. Bring Cucurella over to left back and then play Gusto or Reece James. So we would have Cucurella, Colwill, Silva, and Gusto or Reece James. That could be the alternative back four. But Levi Colwill, as much as I don't like him playing at left back, I can't lie and come on here and say he's not playing well at left back. He's playing great at left back. It's bonkers. I don't get it, but it works. So long may it continue, which is why I've decided to keep these guys the way that they are. But, like I said, if Disasi can't play, because even Disasi's been consistent and he's been a beast, so fair play to him, we could use a bit of that beastly activity against Arsenal. If Disasi can't play, then cool. We shift Colwill over, we bring Cucurella to left back, and then we stick Gusto or Reece James at right back. So that would be the back four. Let me know what you would do. Moving forward into the midfield, I think this one, crazily enough, it speaks for itself. Yeah, I know. Me. Younes Talks Football is starting Gallagher. I know, it's crazy. But look, tomorrow's going to be a game where, yeah, we're going to need a runner. That's one. And I can't fault Conor Gallagher at the moment. He's playing great. He deserves to start. What can I say? I critique players and I come on here and I tell you when I think someone's messing up. But I'd be a hypocrite to come on and say that, nah, he's not killing it at the moment. He shouldn't start because his name's Conor Gallagher. He needs to keep doing what he's doing. The last 2 games and how he's been playing away from the first half against Burnley, I think that was a disaster for everybody. But after that, and the game against Fulham, Gallagher has been doing exactly what I've wanted him to do for ages. So he should play. And look, if there's going to be one piece of context I have to put here, right? I don't want Enzo playing here and Gallagher playing there. No, I don't want Gallagher sitting, and I don't want Enzo forward as a 10. It's okay for Enzo to move forward and combine as maybe an alternative 8 alongside Gallagher. Cool, and Caicedo sits deep. But I think this shape that you can see on screen right now is the best shape for us to move forward with. So that would be the midfield 3 with Gallagher in the 10 role. And then up top, this is, I think, for me, pretty straightforward. I can't see any other alternative. And I know there's one player that some people might mention, but I'll mention it. I would go Mudryk, I would go Palmer, and I would go Jackson. Now, Mudryk looks like he's starting to really get into his groove, and I think it would be criminal to not start him. It would be, I wouldn't say it's a you know a sentence or anything like that to be able to drop a Mudryk, but Mudryk right now has been starting to get into form for club, has translated that to country, and has played really well for Ukraine. He's scored and he's assisted and he's done well. He's coming back. Keep it going, because now it looks like we're starting to see some happiness on his face, and it's starting to look like he's getting things in motion. So, of all teams, do it against Arsenal. The team that you were meant to go to, you do that to them at the Bridge, you'd become a cult hero tomorrow. Simple. So Mudryk has to start. Some people, I know, are going to be like, nah, we got to start Sterling. Who are you dropping? Are you dropping Cole Palmer? Because for me, Cole Palmer right now is the first name on the team sheet. Without question. And that's going to sound crazy for some, but he is our most reliable player right now, and he doesn't put a foot wrong. He has to play. Now, some would say, okay, stick Palmer in the 10 role and then bring Sterling over into the right-hand side or as a winger or wherever. But that would mean, and this is coming from me, this would mean dropping Conor Gallagher. And that physicality, as well as what he's starting to show, is kind of what we need in that midfield tomorrow. Now, if he pulls up a stinker, then absolutely. Move Palmer over and bring Sterling on. Not against that whatsoever. But even in the games that we saw where Sterling came on, it just does not look good. So I need reliability tomorrow. We're playing Arsenal, not with all due respect, not Luton or Sheffield United. So that for me would be the two wingers. And up top has to be Nicholas Jackson. Before the international break, he looked like he was starting to get into some sort of a groove. He showed up after coming back from his suspension, managed to get on the score sheet, is starting to hopefully find some rhythm. Didn't feature for Senegal because, again, of his hand. So he's coming back, and look, I hope that he scores tomorrow, because if there's one player that I would absolutely kind of need to score tomorrow against Arsenal, it's Nicholas Jackson. Because if we're going to compare, if the comparisons are really going to be there with none other than the GOAT, Didier Drogba. But I'm sorry, Drogba was the antichrist to Arsenal. Whenever he showed up and they saw him, they would melt. They would just melt, because every single game he plays against Arsenal, he bags not even just one, but sometimes even two against them. So if Jackson wants to start the same trajectory, then he's got to show up tomorrow. Jackson, you got to score tomorrow, my man. You got to score. So let's do it. For me, ladies and gentlemen, that is my starting 11. So there we are. As I tell you guys to hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell to be notified once I've uploaded. Make sure you're here for the watch long tomorrow. Make sure you're following on the socials. My new Insta, link in the description, and my Twitter as well. Make sure you're following those. All the others are in the description. Much appreciated. I'm going to give you my score prediction. I'm going to ask you guys, let me know in the comments your starting 11s, your score predictions. Do you agree with my starting 11? Would you change anything? Do you disagree? Let me know down below. Much appreciated. My score prediction. I hate this bit. I want to come on here and tell you guys so badly that we're gonna spank them tomorrow. It's gonna finish 3-0 to Chelsea. I'd love to be able to come on and tell you that. I can't lie and tell you that I'm definitely feeling a little more positive than I did prior to the games that we played before the international break. But it is still Arsenal. Man, I don't want to be delusional either. I don't want to... Oh, this is so difficult. This is so difficult. This is so difficult. Man, like, I believe that we can win. And then I've got a part of me telling me, Younes, don't be stupid. You know what I mean? Oh, this is painful. You know what? Look, because I'm feeling a little more positive, I'm gonna ride that wave a little more than being ultra pessimistic and ultra realistic. There's a chance that we lose tomorrow. I'm not gonna lie here. There is. It's Arsenal. And I don't want a couple of games to cloud the judgment that, oh, we're out the trenches, it's all fixed, we're all looking lush and rainbows and there's flowers all over the place and we're fantastic now. That's not the case, yeah? Our level's still our level. And it's not just that, it's Arsenal. Arsenal are a good team now, man. Arsenal are a serious side. You can't underestimate that. I don't expect Kai Havertz to do anything tomorrow. But the rest of them are fantastic. They're fantastic. So, by the way, before I wrap up and I give you my predictions, don't boo Kai Havertz at the Bridge tomorrow. If you are going to the Bridge, there's no reason to boo. We never really had a proper bond with Kai Havertz. Like, yeah, flipping Kai Havertz, he's, one of our own. We never really had that. He scored the Champions League winning goal, and for that he became a cult hero. Absolutely. But then he rode that only until the end, right? So we don't really have any animosity towards Kai Havertz. There's a certain MM7 over at United that there is animosity because of the way that he left the club. And he was meant to be, proper Chelsea. That's a different story. I will address that when the time comes. But for Kai Havertz, there's no reason to boo. There is absolutely no reason to boo. So, look, tomorrow it'd be good to see him. And I don't wish him luck. But it'd be a thing of, hey Kai, how you doing? How's life in North London? Are you all right? Yeah, nice, sweet. All right, talk to you later. That's basically it. Do you know what I mean? So there's no reason to boo. I don't expect him to do anything tomorrow either. I think we know what he's like up here. I think Stamford Bridge will get to him. I think he'll fold, and I don't think he'll play. Maybe he'll come on, but I don't think he'll start. My prediction. I'm going Chelsea 2, Arsenal 1. Have I done too much? Screw it. That's my prediction. I'm going 2-1 win. And riding on this wave that, yeah, hopefully we can put in a good enough performance and not a stupid performance. I don't want us to bottle it because I know how capable we are of bottling at the moment. I don't want us to bottle it. As long as we keep our composure, we stick to the game plan, we keep ourselves cool, we carry the momentum that we had before the international break, we have a bit of confidence in ourselves, we can definitely pick up a win. But we got to be cautious. It's Arsenal, not Nottingham Forest. With all due respect, it's Arsenal. So we got to be serious tomorrow. We got to be on it. We got to be disciplined. We got to be quick. We got to be fast. We got to be concentrating every single moment. We got to be agile. All sorts. Rapid. Any single adjective that you have in your vocabulary needs to be applied tomorrow. We have to be serious. To put it all into a nutshell, tomorrow Chelsea have to be serious. If we're not serious for even a second, we can be punished. So, pressure's on for Chelsea. Let's see what's going to happen. Let me know your thoughts down below. Much appreciated. Like I've said, make sure you give me your score predictions and your lineups in the comments. Thank you all so much. Make sure you're here for the watch long tomorrow. That's going to be the next time that I see you. So I'm looking forward to it. Make sure you guys are there. Watch long's returning to Younes Talks Football. I will see you there tomorrow. Make sure you're here. 4:30 UK time is the start time, 1 hour before kickoff, because we're going to go through the lineups and I'll go through all your comments and we'll spend some time together before the game starts. So make sure you're here. It's good to be back. I can't wait for it, and I will see you there. Thank you all so much for watching, people. See you tomorrow. Have a good one. Take care and peace.